It is Human Trafficking Prevention Month, being the month of January. And I want to talk about some things that I believe can be done to stop human trafficking, to prevent it. Human trafficking is one of those crimes where generally the biggest issue that we face is a human being's dissonance, that they could become a victim of human trafficking, or that someone that they know or their own child could become a victim of human trafficking. I deal with this a lot in the entire realm of human tragedy where I work, crimes against persons. And that is, people believe that that is someone else's problem. That is something that happens to someone else, to people on the news. This could never happen to my child, to me, to my niece or nephew. We put up invisible barriers between ourselves and crime, and that is what ends up being a factor that makes us vulnerable. We have got to be aware of the world where we live as much as we wish it wasn't that way. We cannot form the assumption that we are above being a victim, above being targeted, above being manipulated, above being chosen. The fact of the matter is that we all have vulnerabilities, especially when you consider that such a large number of us, we are discovering are survivors. Therefore, we have to go into Human Trafficking Prevention Month wearing the full armor of knowledge and the full understanding that this is the kind of crime that can happen to anybody, really, though there are certainly factors that make certain people more vulnerable than others. The number one thing that I believe creates a vulnerability that I have just referenced is a refusal to acknowledge that you or someone you know might become a victim. It is that refusal separates you from the world you live. And I see this every day in my work where people are really surprised to find themselves as victims of crime or as victims of trafficking, as victims of sexual abuse or assault.